All right, we're going to talk about line plot and line graph next. This is an example of a line plot. And we use a line plot because it shows how many times each number occurs in the data. And it's created with the number line, and then it just has the X's above each number to represent how many times that number occurred. All right, so let's look at the next side. We have 6 examples of some charts, and we're going to align them up with the correct number plot. So what we need to do is we need to look and see how many of these numbers happen each time. So if we look at the 5, or let's start with 2. If we look at the 2, we have 1, 2, 3 2s. Okay? And then we have 1 3. So if we come down here and look, we need to find 3 2s and 1 3. So we see right here 2 happens 3 times and then 1 3. There's no 4s, and then 1 2 3 4 5 5s. So we have 1 2 3 4 5 5s, and then 1 6. So this is going to match up to number 1. So C matches up to number 1. And then number 2, we don't have any 2s. We have 2 3s and 4 4s. So if we look down here, we need one with no 2s. Well, F has no 2s. We counted 2 3s and 4 4s. And then there's also a 5 and 3 6s. So back up here we have our 5 and our 3 6s. So F is going to match up with number 2. Then number 3 we look and we have 1 2 3 4 2s and 2 3s. So we come down here and look. We need 4 2s. 1 2 3 4. Okay, but B also has 4. And 2 3s. Well, they both have 2 3s. They both have 1 4. This has 1 4. And then we have a 5 and 2 6s. Well, it's not going to be A because we have a 5. So it has to be B. So 3 is going to match up to B. All right, number 4. We have 1 2 2s and 1 3. So there's 2 2s and 1 3. We need 4 4s. 1 2 3 4. Okay, and 2 5s. 1 2 and 1 6. So E here has the same data that's listed in this chart for number 4. Then we look at number 5, and we have 1 2. Well, the only 2 we have left are A and D. D has 1 2. There's also 1 3. 3 4s. 1 2 3 4. All right, so we're going to say 5 matches up with D. And then 6 has 1 2 3 4 2s and 1 2 3s, 1 4, no 5s, and our 3 6s. So A will match up with 6. All right, we also have the line graph. Okay, so this is the line graph. And the line graph shows change over a period of time. So if we flip over and look at this, we've got this line graph here. It has two lines on it, one for Braden and one for Emily. And Braden is the darker line, and Emily is the lighter color line. So we want to know which day or days did Braden read the most. Well, we look over here, and we see that Braden is the darker line, and he would have read the most on day 4. Then we look and see how much did Braden read over all 5 days. Well, on day 1, he read 25. On day 2, he read 30. On day 3, he read 35. On day 4, he read 40. And on day 5, he read 20. Okay, so I just looked over here. The days are on my x-axis and the amount of books he read is on the y-axis. I'm just going to add these up. When I add these up, he read 150 books. Okay. What is the difference in the amount Braden read on day 5 and the amount he read on day 1? Well, on day 5, we come over here and we see that he read 20. And on day 1, we can see he read 25. And the difference means I need to subtract, and 20 from 25 is a 5 difference. Then we want to know which days or days did Braden's amount that he read increase. So an increase means the line's going to go up. So from day 1 to day 2 it increased, and it increased on day 3, day 4, and then we had a decrease. So the days that it increased are going to be 2, 3, and 4. Then we want to know which days did Braden read the least. Well, we come over here and look at Braden's line. And right here you can see on day 5, he only read 20. So that's going to be the day he read the least. And then which day or days did Emily's amount read decrease? Well, Emily's got the lighter color line. And so it's going to, we want to know when it decreased. Well, it decreased on day 3 here, it went down. And it decreased on day 5 here, it went down. So it sloped down on day 3 and day 5. Day number 7, what's the difference in the amount Emily read on day 3 and the amount she read on day 4? Well, on day 3, she's the lighter color one, it's 25. And on day 4, she read 40. And 40 minus 25 is a 15 difference. Then we want to know who read the most on day 1. Well, we come over here and compare them. Okay? And Braden's is the highest at 25, so Braden read the most. Did Braden and Emily have any days they read the same amount? If so, which days? Well, we come over here, and if they're the same, which they are on day 4, they both read 40 books on day 4. So that would be a yes on day 4. What is the difference in the amount Braden read on day 3 and the amount Emily read on day 5? Well, Braden on day 3 read 35. And Emily on day 5 read 30. And when I subtract that, there's a difference of 5. And what we're going to do with these notes is we're going to fold them in half. And we're going to put these on the same page in your journal. So we'll tape one of them in, and then we'll tape the other one right on top of it, up just a little bit, so that we can look at this, and then look at this, all on one page.